For to say, hey guys, it's Klaus. Welcome back to another video. Thought I'd do a video about the new Swedish mediums that are in the game and not bore you with a detailed in-garage review of the whole line. Basically, the highlight, this is the tier 10, the UDES 1516. I played one game in it in my sheriff's account. I have not grinded them in my regular account. But I'm just going to show you the game I played, and I'll hope illustrate to you how powerful and unstoppable these things are in the right conditions. And before we get into it, I just want to, it's the new line and they're fantastic, is my no bullshit review. But don't take that as me saying you should rush out and spend 11 months grinding to get the tier 10, because as we all know, the tendency in this game is after you've spent a long time grinding a line and then it becomes apparent that it is fairly good, they tend to get nerfed. So I don't want to encourage you to spend a long time grinding, unless you're one of those players that plays a lot of games and you can do it quickly. Maybe you already have the Leo or whatever, because you know what happens. Like there's the FV4005, the shit barn. He's moved up aggressively there to take a shot on that ridgeline and then pull back, but he can't pull back anymore because his tank's been nerfed, because he spent a lot of time grinding that tank and now realizes that it's a complete horrid hunk of shit and he's out of the game. You shouldn't have ground that line. They do get nerfed when they're good. So the most powerful gun in our game is out, and he types in chat, okay, now I'm not playing because of damned auto-loading artillery. He's out of the game because of artillery. Well, no, you're out of the game because you moved up and got spotted immediately in a tier 10 game with your tank that can't back up anymore because it's been nerfed to shit, and now you're out of the game. But anyways, that's besides the point. Let me watch you. And I didn't know anything about them. I played my first game, but watch this. You can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm just poking over the ridgeline. The enemies can barely see me, and it has a good reverse speed here. Let me explain what's happening. You know how the Swedish TDs have siege mode? They get into a position and they press X, and then it takes them like a half a second or so to get into siege mode, which then allows them to use the hydropneumatic suspension. Allows them, the whole tank, the back lifts or the front lifts, to create gun depression or to aim wherever they want. But it takes a half a second or so to get into siege mode, and then a half a second or so to get out of siege mode. But with these tanks, as soon as you stop, now I'm basically in pseudo siege mode here, and I take my shot and I reverse to safety. And it happens automatically. I don't have to press a key. So the new medium tanks now, these Swedish ones, they have this hydropneumatic suspension that kicks in when you stop. Watch. I'm going to stop here. And now, see the little thing on the screen? It's kicked in, and now I can create gun depression and poke over the ridgeline, take my shot, and because of the way the gun is placed on the top of the turret, they don't see any of me except for, look, there, now I'm in siege mode. I can point down, and I just crawl up this hill, take the shot, he's gone, and reverse quickly. Now there's a Jagdpanzer E100 there, and I'm worried about poking this ridgeline. Worried about poking it and getting shot in the side for 1,000 damage. But do you see what I'm doing here? On ridge lines now, and I've only played one game, and I'm kind of just figuring it out as I go. But when it's a very easy mechanic. I think maybe the TD should have this. You don't have to press a key to get in siege mode. It just happens automatically when you're still, and then you can just, using your mouse, oh, I took a hit there from the artillery. Using your mouse, you can just point down and you've created this gun depression. Like, look, I can poke over this hill. And this is the other good thing. It reverses quickly. So after you shot, you can reverse and get out of harm's way, which, of course, the shit barn can't do anymore, which you saw at the beginning of the game. That poor guy's probably, well, maybe he played his Death Star, which is not unnerfed, and he's having a better game. But could not get a shot there, and I reverse quickly, and there's that Jagdpanzer E100. I'm just tentative here because I don't want to get shot in the side by that guy. So I'm not being able to play this ridgeline as much as I wanted to. You gotta be okay. Let's make him at least realize there's someone here that can shoot back. The gun is fantastic. The gun handling's fantastic, and this gun depression on ridge lines is going to make this a beast. The Super Conqueror now is obsolete compared to this on a ridge line. I think it's 12% gun depression. It doesn't matter what the number is. It's a lot, and while you do it, they don't see your tank. And now I'm thinking, I've got to do something here. So I'll just go all in on this guy. Let me go all in on this guy and then scoot around behind him. Let's go all in, scoot it. And I hit the freaking dead tank because I'm a little bit of a muppet. And I take a big one in the side by the object. So I've got to finish this guy off and get out of here. Finish him off. And get the hell out of here before that object shoots me again. And it's... Oh, I avoided a hit by artillery there. They are not the most mobile tanks. They're kind of not fast, but not slow. And it's just it's this mechanic, though, that has made them basically all-powerful superhuman beings on the battlefield. Now, I'm not kidding. I don't see a lot of them around yet, but once it gets around that they're on ridge lines, they're unstoppable kings, better than any other tank in the game. Now, what? You don't believe me, do you? Because it looks kind of goofy. You're looking at it there, and it looks goofy. And remember, I'm not playing this game to be a Unicom. I'm doing it to show you guys. But look at this. I create the gun and I point my gun down. That's what it does. Look at it. You see, you're on a ridge line. You stop. You get into this hydropneumatic suspension kicks in and you're in pseudo siege mode. And you're pointed down like that over a ridge line. And all they can see is basically your gun, the heavily angled turret, and no cupolas on the top. On ridge lines, this thing is the best tank in the game. And that's as simple as that. And the gun is great. So, arguably, one of the best medium tanks in the game now. Don't start the grind! I warn you. If you play a lot and you can grind the tier 10 quickly because you're committed to the game, fine. But if it's going to take you a year, please don't take my, because you watch this video, oh, I got to get them, and then a year from now be upset at me because they've nerfed them, just as you get it, because they're introducing a new line that has 18 degrees of gun depression and a super hydropneumatic elevator suspension, because it's, you know what I'm saying, right? Okay, so let's watch the game here. Why did I leave? Well, because there's an Object 268 there, and he's in the bushes, and you can't push into the front of an Object 268. Our defenders stayed there, which I don't think is the right thing, because he's gone about as far as you can go safely, and if he pushes at all anymore, he'll get RD'd or killed by that Object 268. So I've retreated, even though we're winning. I can't push on that side anymore, and I'm just going here to assess what I can do. Now, my UDES 3, Tier 8, is crossing the valley. Okay, well, that's good. Well, one of our teammates has died there from a stealth tank. That Progetto is probably doing well. Now they're pinging my location, and, I don't care. And the defender's going, don't. I'm going to try and tell him not to go. Defender, don't go. Don't go. I'm going to ping his location, and don't go that way. You go this way. I'm trying to tell him, no, retreat. And he's going to push on an Object 268, and it's actually the Progetto that killed him. You can't win crossing the open ground like that, right? Once you win your side, you don't help your team lose by going back to base. And at least just reassessing. I'm not saying that I'm protecting the base, but okay, this is good. Now look, the UDES 3 is pushing on the eastern side of the map, so this is good. He's the Tier 8 tank with full HP, and he's pushing. So I will follow him. I'm the Tier 10 tank with the big gun with no HP. So he'll move up there and spot. I will follow him and shoot whoever he spots. This is perfect. And it's going to take me a little while to get there, and I hope he just, just wait, chill there. Don't throw your tank away. Please don't rush in. Just chill there, and I'll follow you. And then if he makes a run down that 0 line to the back of their base, he'll probably spot the artillery and those other two guys, and my gun will churn through them like butter, and we'll win this game. And to me, this is the obvious strategy, and so I'm headed in his direction. I hope he sees me. Is that the obvious strategy to you guys as well? I mean, I think that makes sense, doesn't it? I've got no HP. I've got the big gun. He's got 100% of his HP. He's got a little gun. It's probably better for him. He's probably got a camo net and binocs. You can scoot down there and... but what? He's coming back. Okay. Why are you coming back? I came here to help you. Alright, well, you can't control what your teammates do. So I was going to push way up there with him and shoot whoever he spots. But now, in a situation like this, I always want to support my teammate. I can't be the aggressor because I have no HP. If I was full HP, I'd push. And I'm just going to see what he does. I'm parked here in a bush. Are you going back now? Where are you going, buddy? Oh, he's... Well, this is a good crossfire we've set up now. Like, that's not going to work. What? Okay, so I'm going to type in chat. Let's push on their base up this 0 line. Because I don't want to just sit here. They're obviously camping. I don't want this to be a draw. Let's go to their base, I type in chat. And he replies, negative. Okay. So what do you want to do? Well, you're not going to go, I'm going to go then. Because I'm not going to just settle for the draw. Just the one game I'm playing just to illustrate, you know, the strengths and weaknesses of this tank. Now remember, guys, if you're not going to get this tank, at least be aware that on a ridgeline you stand no chance, okay? If it's played properly. Take that away from this video, that if you're fighting on a ridgeline, don't even try, because he's going to shoot you. You won't even see him. You'll just see the gun. And now I was going to push on their base, but I changed my mind because my teammate, for some reason, he's gone that way now. I was over there, and I came to help you. And I said, let's push their base. And now you've gone to where I was. So we've just done a switcheroo. What's the... But I've moved back here in case he spots someone. I want to be able to shoot them. And is he going to move down that way? No, he's just parked in his bush. Like, are you just going to sit there? Can you move this way at least, and then I'll support you? Is he going to do that? No, he's not going to do that. So, screw it. I'll do it myself. I'll head down the 0 line, which I think was the correct play to start off with. I think the best play would have been for him to move up here like he did, me to follow him, and then when we get to that around E0, for him to scoot down the 0 line and probably light the enemies if they take shots at him. But he's got 1,000 HP. He could take a few hits, and then I would be poised on the top here at around E0, and I just churn through everyone with this beautiful gun that hits hard and is very accurate. But that's not what's going to happen. So what is he doing? Is he going to move? Like, at least you go that way so that if I spot someone, you can shoot. Let's see if he responds. Yeah, he's starting to move. Okay. Now we're doing it backwards. Because the tier 10 tank with no HP is going to go spot so that the tier 8 tank with full HP can shoot. And I guess that's just how he wants to play it. And I don't care. I just don't want this to be a draw. There's 2 minutes left. I'm not going to play for the freaking draw, for God's sakes. So I'll go in. This is dangerous. Should I take that bush? No. Not enough time. I'm going to scoot down the 0 line. And it looks like he's in siege mode. He stopped, so he's ready to shoot. Well, thanks for your help, UDES3, but let's see how it works here. I'll move down the 0 line. Hopefully he provides some support fire on whoever I'm going to get lit here, right? This is stupid. Okay, I'm lit. There he is, right there. And, oh, get him. I reload faster than him, so but the Progetto's shooting me. Can I take him out at least? The Progetto's not even lit. I'm dead. Well, we kind of did that backwards, buddy. Let's see what he's doing. Where is he? Where is he? Is he in siege mode there? Yeah. Well, what can I say? I guess he throws his HP around like a manhole cover. Some players just like their HP. Well, he's a Swedish tank player, so maybe he's... let's forget about him and give you my conclusion, nobles. If you like the siege mode, if you've got any experience with it with the TDs, the pseudo-siege mode on the mediums is way better because there's no key to press. The gun depression is freaking fantastic. The armor when you're on a ridgeline is fantastic. It's just, It is the undisputed king of ridgelines now, is what I want to say. And I could tell that just by that one game. And, you know, listening to what some of the other very good players are saying. Unbelievable. This one looks like it's going to be a draw unless our artillery can take him out and he can farm the Progetto. Is that going to happen? If you keep him lit, maybe our artillery can take a shot. You've got full HP. Well, it's not going to work. It's going to be... Oh, the artillery just managed to get a stun. Go for the draw! Yay, it's a draw! Woo! Success! We got the draw that you always wanted, you Dez. Let's look at the post-game stats and see if this thing makes any credits. Yeah, draw, who cares? Well, way to go. On top. Look at those stats. Statistically, you had a fantastic game. Way to go, buddy. But tactically, you know, I like to win. I don't like to just to draw. And I lost credits here because I used the 20,000 food. But even if you don't have a premium account, even without the food, would have been losing credits. And no premium ammo, and I hit most of the shots that I fired. So, but I mean, that's a tier 10. You're going to lose credits. So I just wanted to do this video to give you my opinion on the new Swedish mediums, and I think they're all kind of the same. They build up to tier 10 is the best tier for tier, I think. But ridgeline play, these things are going to be beasts. They're fantastic. Undisputable champions on the ridgelines, and I think they're going to apply the same hydropneumatic suspension on the STB1. So that should be interesting. That will actually make that thing a monster, I think, if it's done correct. Because at first I was worried that this, you know, you'd have to press a key, get in siege mode, then you'd be stuck there. You have to press a key, wait 1 second to get out of siege mode to run away. But you don't have to do that. It's just it just happens automatically when you stop, and then you can reverse immediately. And after you take your shot, there's no hesitation at all, which is huge. I didn't realize that that's how it worked, and now I know, and I'm passing it on to you guys. Don't fight these things on a ridgeline, and realize that if you weren't sure how that hydropneumatic suspension works, it's freaking overpowered for these things on a ridgeline. I'll tell you that. Not like the shit barn that got nerfed into oblivion that can't reverse its way out of a wet paper bag now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Leave some comments. Let me know if you're going to do the grind to try and get one of these babies.